Hello, welcome to another Wine with Tweedy video. I'm afraid it's just another one of those ones in my back garden, but quite a nice sky this evening, and we can get a bit of a glimpse of that from the gap betwixt the houses over there. Obviously, would have been nicer if I were sitting on the heath, but things to do and not always easy to get out. Tonight, venturing over the border into Wales. Welsh sparkling wine. I have had this before, and feeling I may have even done a video. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. This is from a vineyard slash winery, which for a while was the only winery in Wales, the only sparkling wine winery in Wales, near the town of Monmouth. I have visited actually quite a few years back now. They're interesting because they're a completely biodynamic estate. I don't know if you are familiar with biodynamic wine, but it goes a bit above and beyond just organic to including sort of, I hope not being unfair to say, sort of quasi-religious winemaking practices, including sort of adhering to certain phases of the moon for certain processes in the management of the vineyard, and the up to and including only bottling wine on a certain phase, a waxing or a waning phase of the moon, which I think is possibly taking it a bit far. But I think, as I said when I was at the vineyard, trying to be open-minded and trying to sort of stand up for their for their case, that if the moon can make the sea go up and down and causes the tides, then it's not completely unimaginable that it has some subtle impact on plant growth. At least I'm a bit more skeptical about when you get to the level of what phase of the moon you use to bottle your wine. Anyway, some of that is just babble to cover the fact that this isn't particularly well chilled. I went to my local, more of a beer shop really, and this is the only English sparkling wine, which isn't even English, that they stock. No dosage added to this. So I don't think this is brilliantly chilled, but I'm impatient and have other things to be getting on with. So I'm going to have at least a first glass now with probably suboptimal chilling levels. Strange movement on the cork. I've got a feeling this is going to do something untoward. No, we're okay. Maybe the bottom of the bottle is chilled. It is a Blanc de Noir, pure Pinot Noir. I keep wanting to say English sparkling, Welsh sparkling. It has this really quite sort of golden, yellowy golden the colour of wee on the nose. A sort of interesting fruit character that's hard to pin down there, almost slightly orangey. Now a little bit of almost sort of dairy autolytic note there. Black curranty, orangey, sort of quite interesting. Lovely, surprising actual sweetness on the palate, considering this is zero dosage. Definitely not, particularly badly sweet at all. It's a surprisingly nice balance actually. There's good acidity and sweetness there. Still trying to pin down that fruit. Perhaps slightly apricot-y. Maybe a hint of dried apricot, but also fresh apricot. Something sort of bitter, right, tiny bit of blackcurrant. It's really quite unlike any other Blanc de Noir, and I think that may well be the extreme organic, i.e. biodynamic winemaking. I believe they use all ambient yeasts in the first fermentation and only introduce sort of commercial yeasts for the secondary fermentation. But it's not too weird and funky. It is unusual and unique, but I would say it's within the realms of what you might expect from a traditional method sparkling wine. Not normally big on food pairings. I just quite like to enjoy wine by itself, really. But I remember at the vineyard, they served this with some local, Welsh cheeses. One of them was, is it Pearl Wen? I know there's another similarly named cheese, Pearl Lass. They make a blue cheese and a soft cheese. I think I mean Pearl Wen, which is this lovely, subtle, kind of creamy, sort of brie-like cheese from Wales. Couldn't find that in my local shops, obviously, but I did find some Somerset Brie, which is probably the next best thing. So I'm going to have a chunk of that on a Ritz biscuit. A Ritz biscuit's actually meant to be cheese biscuits, I don't know. And that creaminess, sweetness, saltiness of the cheese and the Ritz biscuit seems to go really well with this kind of interesting fruit bowl of a Welsh sparkling wine. Yeah, it's sort of bitter in some places, but it's sweet in other places. It's nuanced. It really keeps you guessing. There's a lot going on here. Probably don't want to listen to me crunching biscuits. Cheers.